Okay, so let's see if you guys remember anything about priority and structures. Let's see. Okay, so this is A. This is B. This is C. Can you guys tell me the name of each one of these? Okay, A. So how will we name A? Where are we going to start? On the right. We're going to start to the right. Okay. So we're going to count from the right. So this is the first carbon. This is the second carbon. This is the third carbon. This is the fourth carbon. And here's the fifth carbon. Okay. So what are we going to do next? What is the main functional group for A? Alcohol. That is correct. So the alcohol is the main functional group. So what should be the last name?
OL.
Okay, it's going to be an OL at the very end. Since it's 5 carbons.
Penta.
Penta. So it has a double bond in that main chain as well too. How do I count for that? Okay.
EN.
So I put my 4 EN. And then I could either put it here for the alcohol, which would be on the first carbon, or I could put it internal. Okay. So are there any other structures on this very first structure?
Methyl.
Okay. How many methyls?
2.
Okay. Where are they located at? And how do I account for 2 methyls?
Prefix of di, and you can find them 1 and 2.
Okay. 1 and 2 dimethyl pentaphorene 1-ol. Questions, concerns, Cash?
Any questions?
Okay, what about B? Where am I going to start counting at? Left or right?
left,
left, okay? And then? So I have a 6-carbon chain. What am I going to call it? I heard somebody say hexanone. Okay. Okay. And where is the ONE? Where's the ON at? I heard somebody say 3. Okay, is there anything else? Any other structure? And where's that hydroxy? It's on the 2, that is correct. So it's 2, hydroxy, 3, hexanone. Piece of cake? Okay, what about C? One carbon, this is 2 carbon, this is 3 carbon, this is 1 carbon, this is 1 carbon, this is 2 carbon, this is 3 carbon. So what would this guy be called? What is the functional group?
amine,
It's an amine. That is correct. Okay, so how would we name this amine? So it's kind of like having a whole bunch of branch chains hanging off of the end. So how would we name those branch chains hanging off? If this is a 1 carbon chain, it's called what?
methyl,
Methyl, okay. And if it's a 2 carbon chain, it's called what? I mean, sorry, 3 carbon chain.
propyl,
Propyl. And if I have 2 propyls, how would I account for that? We'd put dipropyl. Amine. So methyl dipropylamine. Not too hard? Okay. Okay, so I have a new functional group to talk to you guys about today. And that functional group is called ethers. Now, ethers are kind of weird. We'll just put it like that. They technically don't have priority. However, they are given priority by common nomenclature. So there's 2 ways that we can name ethers. we could have it so it's lower on the totem pole. So it's kind of like the halo alkanes at the very bottom. So it'll be right above the halo alkane. So you guys remember we had ketones, alcohols, then we have alkenes, we have alkynes, we have alkanes, and then we have ethers would be just above those guys. And then we'll have the halo alkanes, where we know the prefix for the halo alkanes are O's. It's just O. Okay, now ethers, the prefix for ethers are going to be oxy. Okay, the suffix for ether is just ether. Okay, so what's commonly done when we're talking about ethers, let me show you what an ether looks like. An ether is just an oxygen between two hydrocarbons. So R again represents hydrocarbons. Do you guys see my green structure? So this is the generic structure for an ether. Okay, so the most common way of naming ethers is just to use ether at the end. So depending on the two hydrocarbons you're working with, let's say, for instance, we have okay, so let's copy this. So in the case of the ether, you just have an oxygen in between the two carbon chains. So this guy is 2 carbons, this guy is 1 carbon. So the most common way that we would name this guy would be 1, 2. What is a 2 carbon chain called? Or 2 carbon branch? Ethyl. And a 1 carbon branch? Methyl. And then we would just put ether at the end. So this guy would be called ethyl methyl ether because it has 2 sides to where the oxygen is connected at. Kind of like the amines. Okay, only thing the amine can technically have 3. Okay. Okay, what would this guy be called? Called what? Okay, so let's count those carbons again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I heard somebody say propyl. And then what is the 5 carbon?
Penta.
Thank you, penta. So it'd be pentyl, pentyl, propyl, ether. Simple. Okay. So when ethers are with other functional groups, then we change the name a little bit. So in this case, because they're going to kind of be disruptive, this guy would be 1, 2, 3. So a 3 carbon chain.
Propyl.
Okay, so it'll be propyl.
Penta.
Oxy. And the other side you said is penta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then that guy will be propyl oxy pentanol. And it would be off the second chain. I mean, second carbon. So propyl oxy 2-pentanol. So this side is the pentanol, that's the oxy, on the other side is the propyl. Does that make sense? So that longest chain would now be the last name. Okay? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Okay. So similarly, these guys, this is here is what we would call the common name. This is what is commonly done. And most of the time you'll see it written like this. But this guy could have also been written as, the longest chain is an ethyl chain. So then we would call this guy methyl, oxy, I mean, sorry, not oxyl, oxy, ethane. Okay. And often, when you see it's typed up on the bottle of a shampoo bottle or something like that, they don't have the hyphens. So it'll just simply be methyl oxy ethane. Okay. So that would be the same thing as this guy, where the longest chain gets to be the end. And the guy who has the most importance, who has the highest functional group, will be at the end. Okay. So what if we have something like this? we have something like this. Okay, what would be the longest chain? What would be the longest chain? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is a 4-chain carbon? Butyl. Okay, so we have buta, and it has, okay, buta 3. Okay, and where's the alcohol? And how do I account for the alcohol now? Okay. So it's on the 1 carbon. So we go 1. What is the prefix for OH? What is the prefix for OH?
Hydroxy.
Hydroxy. So it's 1 hydroxy. And then we could have said 3 instead of putting it inside. Butanone. And then methyl oxy. So methyl oxy, 1 hydroxy, 3 butanone. Okay. Questions, concerns, Cash? Kool-Aid?
For the
What was that?
sorry. For the methyl oxy, is it metal or like? Did you mean to put an
Sorry,
H?
I forgot my H. Good.
Oh, thank
Methyl. Okay, so let's keep going. The next functional group is going to be an aldehyde. Have you guys heard of formaldehyde? Have you guys heard of formaldehyde?
you. Yes.
Yeah, I have.
Good. What is formaldehyde used for?
Morticians mainly use it to prevent the bodies from rotting.
Ah, for dead bodies. Okay, so the prefix for aldehydes one second. Okay, so the prefix for formaldehyde is it'll also be oxo or formal. Okay, so like formaldehyde, right? So that would be our prefix. The suffix for aldehyde is Al. So kind of like alcohol is OL, aldehyde is Al. Al here. Okay. Are you guys with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay. So what does an aldehyde look like? An aldehyde kind of looks like a ketone. So it has a double bond carbon to an oxygen, but on one side, it just has a hydrogen. And then the other side is the hydrocarbon. Okay. So that's part of the reason why they call it form, like that form, because it's kind of like the finality or the form, the end of the structure itself, because it always ends with just that hydrogen. It's right, it's always going to be at the end of the structure. So the way that we would name this guy, you count the carbons, you start your first carbon at the site of your functional group. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So this guy would be called, what is a 6 carbon chain? X. X, and since there's no double bonds in there or triple bonds in there, we'd use AN and then AL, okay? Hexanal, okay? Simple? What if I have this? Okay, so what would this guy be called? First thing I want to do is to do what?
Count the longest carbon chain.
Count the longest carbon chain. Where am I going to start from? The right or the left?
The left.
Are you sure?
No, the right.
Okay, I'm going to start from the right. Why am I starting from the right?
Because it has a preference.
Because aldehydes have a higher priority than ketones. So then that'll be 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. Okay, a 7.
Hepta.
Okay. Are there any double bonds in it? Or triple bonds?
Yes.
There is? That are in the carbons
No.
with carbons. So no. So then we're going to use AN, YN, or EN.
What is this? AN.
AN. And then what is going to be at the very end? OL, AL, ONE, AME, ENE, YNE, ether.
Aldehyde, isn't it? Aldehyde.
So what is the suffix for aldehydes?
AL.
AL. Okay. So now what am I going to do about this? What is this guy called? On the 5th carbon.
So 5 hydroxide? Hydroxy?
5. Is it hydroxide?
Hydroxy.
Are you sure? It's a double bond to an oxygen. Double bond to an oxygens are either ketones or aldehydes. So I'm going to use 5 what? What would be the prefix?
Oxo.
Oxo. 5-oxo. So, and then what else do I have here? What is on carbon on the, what is on the third carbon? 3-methyl. So is M before O or is O before M? In terms of the alphabet. M before O or is O before M? Do you guys know your alphabet? I'm starting to worry there because nobody's answering me.
N before O.
M is before O. Okay, so then it would be 3-methyl, 5-oxo, heptanol, I can't even say it. Heptanol. Heptanol. Okay. Pretty simple.
Isn't it called heptanol?
No, it's not called heptanol. Not OL, it's AL. So it's heptanol. Heptanol.
Hmm.
You just wanted to make me say that word, didn't you? That's all it was.
No. 'Cause it does.
Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, I'm going to introduce another functional group. How are you guys doing? Your brain's fried yet?
Okay.
You're doing okay? Good, good. I like to hear that you're doing okay. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to be talking about is, and it's going to be the last one that we're going to be talking about for right now. The other ones will be introduced to you later on. There's like the ester and all of those guys, but right now we're just going to end on carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. So its prefix, its suffix is oic acid. And its prefix is carboxy.
A weak acid?
Oic acid. It's going to be a weak acid. That's right. So all of these will be weak acids because we know that all acids with what are weak? All acids with carbon are weak. That is correct. Okay, so let me show you what carboxylic acid is going to look like. This is your oxygen. It's double bonded. Then you also have an OH group over here. And then on the other side, you have the rest of that functional group. So you have an R, hydrocarbon. Okay. This here always counts as your first carbon. Okay. So if we have this guy, 1, 2, 3. This guy, how many carbons? What is the longest carbon chain that we have?
Five.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. What was that? You guys are kind of breaking up. You have to answer that question. Miss Inez, can you,
You guys quiet down.
what was the question? Can you repeat the question?
Did anyone have a question? No one had a question, Dr. Henry.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so then I'm asking them, what is the name of this compound then? Butyl. So it'll be butanoic acid. So this guy would just be simply butanoic acid. That's it. Okay. So you had a question? Okay. What about this guy? That's a double bond. Isn't pretty, but it's a double bond. Okay, I hear hepta. Let's see, let's do the counting. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6.
Wrong, it's hexa.
Hexa. Okay, hexa. Okay, so we have hexa.
Acid? This is acid, right?
Okay, it's going to be an acid. So it should be hexa what? Or should it be hexa or should it be hexene?
Hexene, because it's a double bond.
Okay, because of the double bond, hexene. And we should probably say where that double bond is at.
Is that 3?
Okay, 3. Okay. And then?
It's also going to be alcohol because always is 2 though.
It's an acid and alcohol.
Yeah.
It's an acid and an alcohol, okay?
OL.
OL? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oic acid?
Oic.
OXO.
Oic acid, and that's going to stand for that carboxylic acid. And then, how do I account for the alcohol?
OXO.
OXO? Are you sure?
Oh, no.
Ah, you said hydroxy? Hydroxy? Hey, where's that hydroxy at?
At the end or is it the beginning?
At the 5 carbon. So it's 5 hydroxy because the alcohol doesn't have priority. Carboxylic acid has priority. So we want to end its name with the oic acid. Okay, anything else? Am I missing anything?
4 dimethyl?
And 4 dimethyl. Should it be 4,4 dimethyl? Alphabetical order. Questions, concerns? Cash. Okay. So are you guys comfortable with carboxylic acids?
Sort of.
Okay, so let's do a test run with all of our functional groups, and we'll see how well you guys do.
And
So, in this,
hydroxy?
what was that?
Why is number 5 hydroxy? Yeah,
Because it's an alcohol, and alcohol in this case is lower in priority than the carboxylic acid. We have to use the prefix. So this here is the prefix. This is the suffix. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm pointing to, can you? Hold on. Can you guys see it now? So hydroxy is the prefix and OL is the suffix. So we use the suffix only when it's the one that has priority. Okay? So, but since carboxylic acid is higher in priority, we're going to use the suffix of carboxylic acid, which is oic acid. Okay? Any other questions? Good. So let's give this a test run. Okay. So let's see. Can you guys see the list?
Yeah.
You guys need the priority list? Get up from the last page.
Is that right?
Oh, I'm writing them down. I haven't even.
Let's see your number. This is the first number. This was this. That was there. Oh, alcohol.
Let me see your one.
Is he doing A? Are you doing A, Henry?
What was that?
Are you doing A right now?
No, I'm not doing A. I'm just making more for you.
That's B. I think you need a double bond somewhere. I think you need a double bond. Because if there's die, that means a double bond. Oh. Hey, Joe.
Wait, like this?
Hey, make sure you.
Like, when I ask for this diet, oh, try
Hey, could you hire up the brightness? Or could I turn off the lights? I'll make sure everybody's. Watch, I'll do it right now. Hey! Settle down! Settle down! Bro, don't take this to the box. I'll be sad.
Eliseo.
I tried helping you, but I became part of the problem.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I have A through I. You guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. So for A through F, you guys have to draw the structure for that. For G through I, you have to give me the name.
Hey, yo, Henry, watch. I don't know if I'm. Tell me if this is A. It's on the board. I don't know if you can see it.
No, I can't see it.
What did I do? All right. But what if I draw it wrong? Is this the first one? I don't know if it comes out right on camera, but right here. I also can't see what I'm showing you.
It is not quite that. No.
No?
Nope.
Could you like hint at what's wrong?
Yes. So the first carbon is always going to start on the one that has the oic acid. So start there.
What's that? I moved a little stream, yeah.
Oic acid. That's always going to be terminal. It's going to be at the end. Okay. So you had your oic acid, right? So it's pentoic acid. So how many carbons would that be? Pentoic? 5. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 carbons. So that means that this guy is gonna have a double bond to an O, and it's gonna be attached to an OH. Okay, so that's that pentoic acid, pentanoic acid. Okay, so then if we count our carbons starting from there, this is 1. Oops. This is 1. This is our first carbon. This is our second carbon. This is our third carbon. This is our fourth carbon. This is our fifth carbon. Okay, so where am I going to put my methyls?
On number 2. Wait, no,
On number 2.
on 3.
Okay, and 3. I have to erase.
But those are where the metals are at. That's what kind of got me stuck. Or is it like this one? No?
Okay, and then what about that hydroxy group? What is a hydroxy group? What does that look like?
Yeah, alcohol. So it's OH.
It's OH. So it's going to be here off the second carbon, right? As well.
Piece of cake.
No
Piece of cake.
I was like, no way.
Manifesting it.
I was close. I was close, but someone had lied to me and told me that O was on.
Okay. What about B?
B, you have
Do you have white up?
NH.
Do you have a laser tattoo? No.
I have what?
NH.
N? You said N?
NH.
NH?
Yeah.
Okay, like this.
That's you.
Put your mask on.
Is that true? I have NH? Is that all? Ah, okay, I see that. So let me see if I can recreate it on my screen and you tell me if I captured the correct essence. Ah, crap. Okay. So we have N. Like that.
B. Yes.
For B. Okay. That is correct.
But why doesn't it have that H?
It only has an H if there's not 3 attachments. This guy has 3 attachments. So it has the ethyl, it has the dimethyl. Here's your 2 methyls, and then it has the ethyl. If it had just the methyl and the ethyl, then you would have an H with it. So if we had, I'll type it out so you guys will see what I'm talking about. If I had ethyl, methyl, amine, then it would just look like this. N, you'd have an H here, where it's attached to an H. You'd have your methyl, and you'd have your ethyl. Okay? Or you'll see it, sometimes it'll just be written as NH, like this, with your ethyl and your methyl. But you'll see it both ways. Okay? Okay, what about the next one?
Hold on, not it, not you.
So we'll put C down here. Okay, we'll start with the main chain. What is the main chain? Or C? Nonene, what does that tell me? Anyone? 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? And what do we have on the second carbon?
We have a double bond, so it's
We
gonna
have
be
a double bond. So let's put some numbers here to help me figure things out. That's 1,
Oh, learning's easy.
2, 3, 4. That's 5.
But like I don't
6,
like this some parts
7.
that's fun. It's like I don't know how to do it. It's like something a book. But then like the parts that I'm not really interested in.
9.
It's like
Okay, so you said double bond, second carbon, there's a
but do
double
I want
bond.
to be a chemist?
Okay,
If I want to pass, yeah, so I'll pass it. But do I want to be a chemist? Do I really want to put my energy into chemistry?
of course you do.
Yeah. But you don't have to,
Okay.
you don't have to learn it, you can just pass it.
So and then,
you're like
what about those branches?
You need 2 of those.
You can always
2?
get a B if you try
No,
hard.
3.
I need 3 of them. So what is ethyl? How long is that?
2.
Physics is hard
2.
too.
Okay, so I have 1 on the third chain, so that's 1,
It was only me and Jordy
2
that-
here,
And then
and then I have 2 on the fourth chain. So I have 1, 2, 1, 2.
yes, my girls are representing. Yes.
Okay, so we got everything covered, right?
Yes.
Okay, what about D, as in donkey? D.
See, Jordy's smart because he's teaching other people. So that's like
I'm drawing a hexagon.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, why
Okay, let me make it a little bit prettier since you're making fun of my hexagon now. Can't make anybody happy these days. And I hear somebody say there's an attachment of an OH.
You guys quiet down, please. I'm not your mama. Quiet down.
Hey Henry, is that not 7? Because like the end of the line, that is that not a point?
Let me fix it. I'm trying to fix it right now.
Oh, okay.
Look, it's gonna look like this.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay,
Attach and OH.
and attach an OH. Okay. That is correct. Okay, what about E?
It has 7 carbons.
It has 7 carbons.
Yeah.
And that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, that's wrong. Hold on. That's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got 7, right? And the third one, third carbon is a triple bond. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and what else? Am I missing anything?
So on 2, you add a methyl on 2. You guys put it down. Yes.
Methyl on 2.
And then you add 2 on the 5.
2 on the 5.
And then 1 on the 6.
And 1 on the 6. Okay. And what about F?
You do 4.
Oh.
And then there's going to be a double bond in 1.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
So then you're gonna attach a chloride in 2
okay, chloride in 2
and another chloride in 4.
and another chloride in 4.
And that's it.
Okay, piece of cake.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's name these next ones. First thing I'm gonna do is do what with G?
Count the longest.
Count the longest chain. Okay. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6. Okay. A 6-cane carbon.
Hexa,
Hexa.
It's gonna end in O.
Hexanone. Okay. Am I done? So where is that own at?
3,
It's on the 3, so I need to put that in there. And then anything else? What about these I's? What are those guys going to be called?
diiodine,
Di-iodo. So we have diodo. Where are the diodos located? Diodo. Where are they located?
2 and 5.
2 and 5. So 2, 5. Diodo, 3 hexanone. Okay, what about H? I know it looks like a bat. That's not its name.
Diethyl ether,
Di-ethyl ether. Okay, what about I? I, Captain? What is the longest carbon chain?
Longest chain is 6.
6. So you're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we have 6 carbon chain. That would be what?
Hexanone. Right?
Hexa.
No.
Oh yeah. OIC because it's acid.
Are you sure?
No. OXO.
OXO. But this isn't this the functional group? Isn't that the major functional group? It has priority.
It's AL.
AL. Okay. Hexanol. Am I done?
You gotta call out number 3, number 4. Number 4 is gonna be it's a ether, but since it's like not.
So 4 is a what?
Ether.
Ethyl.
Ethyl, yeah.
Okay. And 3? What is 3?
3 is
hydroxy,
Hydroxy. Okay. So 4-ethyl 3-hydroxy, hethanol. Okay. Questions, concerns, cash, Kool-Aid, Bitcoin, strawberry cake with chocolate frosting. So it's a piece of cake. Okay, good. Okay, so you're going to see these types of problems. Your exam is going to be opening, your practice exam is going to be opening up tonight. So you'll have, well, you probably not tonight, but tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, up until the time that your exam actually closes. Your exam will be opening up on Friday. Okay, probably Friday afternoon around 5 o'clock. Okay. Any questions?
We have
Um,
it on Chem 101 this week.
So you don't have homework today, but you will have some on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, Dr. Henry.
No, Sunday.
Dr. Henry.
Yes, sir.
I had sent you an email, part of it asking about the whole assignments module. I've been trying to find it on my courses, and I haven't been able to find it.
Your homework assignments are always on Chem 101. So you should always be going to Chem 101. As I said in the beginning, it's always due on Mondays and Wednesdays, unless I tell you otherwise, which like today,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you don't have any homework that's due Mondays
All
and
right.
Wednesdays.
Also, I have one other question, Dr. Henry.
Yes.
I had scheduled already to do a exam proctoring, but can I take the exam if possible in paper format?
Yes, you can. I'll just have to get you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So what we'll do is we'll get your exam. We'll have you kind of log into the whole system, and then we'll print out that exam so that it'll be the same exam, and I can use that.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, one thing I forgot was
Wait.
Mike.
Oh, I mean, Avenel, you guys are not free to go yet.
Oops.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
also,
I have
Dr.
one more
Henry.
thing to tell you. Hold on. I'll get back to the question. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Before I let you guys go, remember today at 5 o'clock, Jessica. Jessica.
Right here.
Vanessa?
Here. Oh, Vanessa's here.
Nicole?
Not here.
Jessica.
Yana? Everybody? Alex?
I'm right here.
Jonathan?
Miss Inez.
Crystal?
Miss Inez, can you hear me?
But I couldn't hang my video that was in my bedroom, in the living room, so I had to switch it out. So,
Yeah?
Can you hear me, Miss Inez?
Alonso?
no, I put it a while ago, but I thought I didn't remember that it wasn't the video anymore.
Okay, I was just reminding everyone, I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, it's a smart TV, yeah.
Hey, Dr. Wait.
Okay, can you hear me, Jessica?
Now I can. There's like,
I wasn't letting them go yet. They weren't done yet.
You guys are not done yet.
Okay, before they go, today at 5:30, there is the Zoom meeting for the Pride event. So that is going to be up. All you have to do is register and show up at 5:30, okay? And the way that you get extra credit is by taking a screenshot and uploading that screenshot
You
during
guys
during the keynote speaker and the panel, okay?
Do you have a meeting today?
yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, you guys heard that? You have to register for the Pride event,
Oh, I already did.
and then, okay, then you should
Wait, do
be
we have you
set.
registered?
I think it's on, Dr. Henry, where do they register again?
It was,
It's on dashboard.
it's on dashboard?
It's on the dashboard.
it's on the dashboard, yes.
Okay, for Friday, right, night?
No, it's for today, 5:30,
Dashboard today, I will say.
Yes,
at 5:30, yes.
5:30.
Okay, Okay, now go ahead, Justin.
Okay.
You gotta unmute yourself now.
Are they all
Since I
good?
muted
All right, Dr. Henry,
Yes,
my counselor had emailed you my accommodations, but I didn't, you didn't fill that paper out. So tomorrow I had managed to get in touch with Miss Norma, and she
Okay.
said that she's gonna give you she's gonna take you the paper so you can fill it out so I can get the accommodations needed to take the exam.
perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that way I can take it in a paper format.
okay, that's fine.
I also, does your same rule apply for this lab report of no novels?
Exactly, all lab reports. No novels. You want to be brief, but you want to be brief and concise. Concise
All
basically
right.
means that you want to make sure you're including all of the information that you need. You don't want to pad it, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I have Hulu on it.
So this lecture is over.
The section's over.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay, so for the labs, I'm a little confused. Like on Sunday, you know how like it said specto was due? Was it really specto or was there just a mistake between 3 and 4?
Okay, so your spectroscopy was due in terms of you had to upload the information, right? So then that would give you your unknowns. You had to upload the information about your unknowns. You have to tell me which one it was. So that was already due. You also have your lab report that's actually going to be due, right? So I'm going to give you guys some leniency on your lab report since everything kind of came up unexpectedly and the numbers are incorrect on the lab reports on the Canvas shell because they've been renumbered. Okay, so you're going to have some leniency. So in other words, they're due, but I'm going to give you some extra time to get them in. Okay.